Good afternoon. I am Ilambirai, Assistant Professor, Manathirumalai Naikar College. In this session, we are going to see research methodology and qualitative and quantitative of research. And first thing is qualitative research, data collections and analysis, and the process of collecting and measures information on established variables in a systematic way, which allows for obtaining relevant answers and testing hypotheses and evaluating results. And data collections techniques are the different forms and ways of obtaining information. These techniques includes direct observation surveys or questionnaires, documentary analysis, contact analysis, etc. That is content. It's make the content analysis. And qualitative data collections allows collecting data that is one non-numeric and helps to explore how decisions are made and provide us with a detailed insight. And conclusion is undertaking the collections of data. The researcher can make use of text analysis, and that is one of a different method. And qualitative research method as follows: analyze the social life of participants in the research study and decode the words, actions, etc. And one on one interview is here, that is face to face interview can make at between the respondents and the researcher, and directly they get the data from the respondents who is suitable for the research. And data is to be accurate, and methods are and invites opportunity to get details in depth from the respondents. And advantages is opportunity to gather previous data about the people, about the way, what people believes, and the motivations. If the researcher is well experienced, asking the right questions can help her collect that is meaningful data. And here there is interview can be face to face or on phone, or usually last between half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, and even more hours. When that in-depth interviews is conducted face to face, it gives a better opportunity to read the respondents body language and match the responses, whether they saying the correct answers to their questions, and whether they got correct data for the research. And group, they focusing the groups was 6 to 10 members as per the target of market. And following them are nowadays getting questions through the Google Forms and online methods. And what is find, that is a group focus group into find answer to the why, what, and how questions. And focus of this necessity needed to interact with the group in person is one of qualitative methods and collecting of data. And focus of groups are an expensive method as compared to the other online qualitative research methods. Typically they are used to explain complex processes. And this method is very useful when it comes to market research on new products and testing new concepts. And here this ethnographic research is the most in-depth observational method that studies people in their naturally occur environment, and from an organizations to a city or any remote locations. This issues while collecting the data. This aim to understand the culture challenges, motivations, and setting that occur instead of collecting that is relying on interviews and discussions. You experience the natural settings firsthand, because the person is seeing directly and getting the data, and from the respondents they get more accurate and true data collected from the respondents is very effective, and also uh, as per following the criteria in collecting the data. Case study research in the case study method has evolved over the past few years and developed into a valuable equal research method. As the name suggests, it is used for explaining on organization or an entity. This type of research method is used within a number of areas like education, social science, and similar. The methods may look difficult to operate, however it is one of the simplest ways of conducting research, as it involves a deep dive and through understanding of the data collecting methods and interpreting the data. See, already we started from that is qualitative data, and collecting of data is finally it's get to the text analysis. Here we going to see the text analysis, that is quantitative text analysis refers to the process of analysis of text data using statistical procedure. In conducting quantitative text analysis, researchers use automated and a systematic method to process large amount of text. So this is the quantitative method of data. And the next one is, what is a quantitative research? See, following the text, finally where we going to finalize, that is text data method. And this quantitative research is based on that. It refers to the systematic investigation in the case in which a person's doing the research collect the data from the different respondents that are based on numerical figures and data obtained in then analyzed for obtaining the result using different mathematical, statistical, and computational tools. And one of our quantitative research is survey research. Survey research is an organization conducting a survey, ask different surveys questions from the respondents using the various types like online survey, online polls, paper questions, etc. And then collects data and analyzes collect data in the order to produce the numerical results. And correlation research is saying that is the hypothesis and two variables, and which is between the closely associated entities to know the impact of one on the other and the changes. So this relationship is known by the correlation research. Descriptive research is a quantitative research method that attempts to collect quantitatable information for statistical analysis of the population sample. It is a popular market research tools, which is tools and population sample. It is popular market research tools that allows us to collect and describe the demographic segment nature. And there is experimental research design. Experimental research design is measure the effect of one or more independent variables on one or more dependent variables with the use of scientific method. Here the following dependent variables effect on the dependent variables. Independent variables to study its effects on the dependent variable. The experimental research design involves conducting a set of procedure to test the hypothesis of the study. Subject within experimental research or randomly assigned to groups rather than being assigned to groups using non-random criteria. Research process is have the that is conducting the literature review, that is collecting the data from previous researcher and which is suitable for the current researcher, and selecting the data collections method, that is quantitative, qualitative, primary methods and secondary method, and all the data are followed under the research process. Collecting the primary data is collections only after detailed preparation. Sampling is an important element of this stage. For example, sampling is size of sampling is out of 500, they are taking randomly 200 of sampling for the research. And data analysis is important role of achievement to the researcher. Research aims and objectives, and reaching the conclusion is the level of achievement of research aims and objectives in this final part of dissertations. Will justify that is the researcher aim and objectives have been achieved. Conclusion also needed to cover research limitation and suggestion for future research. And completing the research after, and they for research submission they have to have the criteria of good research, that is should be described in a sufficient detail to their permit another researcher to repeat the research for the further advancement, keeping the continuity of what has already been attained. The procedural design of the research should be carefully planned to yield results that the that or as objective is possible. And good research is systematic. It means the research is structured with the specified steps to be taken. Specified sequence is accordance with the well defined set of rules, systematic characteristics. And of the research does not rule out creative thinking, but it certainly does reject the use of guessing the and intuitions in arriving at conclusions. Good research is empirical, and good research is reliable, and good research is logical. These are the criteria of good research. So the section